46. The camping trip.
It was time for the camping trip. He was scared. He was scared of bears. He did not want to be eaten. He was also scared of bugs, ghosts, and poison ivy. His family packed a bug spray and a first aid kit. His brother told him ghosts were not real. He was still scared of everything. It was his first time camping. He was also excited. He brought his journal. He wrote in the journal, "Dear Journal, I hope I do not get eaten by a bear." It was his worst fear. Bears were huge. He saw one on television. They had sharp teeth. They had big claws. They roared loudly. It was the night before the trip. He could not go to sleep. He could not stop thinking about the bear. He went to sleep. He dreamed about bears. It was not a nice dream. He woke up. He was tired. He had a hard time going to sleep. He tossed and turned all night. He was scared. He had bad dreams. He dreamed about bears. It was the first day of the camping trip. It was early morning. He hid in his blankets. His family called his name. "Henry, it's time to get ready," called the family. He ignored his family. He did not want to go. He stayed in bed. He was excited about going camping before, but now he was too scared. "I do not want to go anymore," he said. His dad came in his room. He took off Henry's blankets. He picked him up. He put his clothes on. He put him in the car. "Do not be scared," he said to Henry. Henry was still scared. The camping trip lasted 3 days. Henry was not scared. There was nothing to be scared about. There were no bears. It was a nice camping trip.
47. He likes her.
He liked her. He liked her smile. He liked her voice. He liked her hair. He liked her nature. She did not know that he liked her. She did not know him. He was a stranger to her. It did not matter for him. He wanted to talk to her. He waited for the right time. She was always with her friends. He waited until she was alone. She was walking down the street. She was going home. She was alone. He was driving to the store. He saw her. He drove up to her. She turned around. She saw him in the car. "Hello, what is your name?" he said. She ignored him. She did not want to talk to strangers. "Would you like a ride home?" he asked her. "No, thank you," she replied. He parked his car. He got out of his car. He walked up to her. She was standing on the sidewalk. He stood in front of her. "I have to go home," she said. She walked past him. He followed her. He wanted to talk to her. She did not know him. She did not want to talk to strangers. "I know you," he said to her. She stopped walking. She looked at him. She had a puzzled face. We went to school together, he said. She tried remembering. She could not remember him. It was such a long time ago. He told her more. He said he always liked her. He liked her during school. He liked her after school. She was struck. She did not know what to say. Want to go out? He asked her. She thought about it. She gave him her phone number. She smiled and left. He was happy. He smiled.
48. Late to work.
He woke up late. His alarm rang, but he did not hear it. He was late for work. He jumped out of bed. "I'm so late," he said. He ran to the restroom. He quickly brushed his teeth. He hopped in the shower. He took a 5-minute shower. He dried his body. He quickly shaved. He cut himself. He shaved too fast. He was not careful. He washed his cut. He covered it with a Band-Aid. He ran to his closet. He grabbed his suit. He ironed it fast. He put on his suit. The suit still had wrinkles. He got in his car and drove away. There was traffic on the road. He honked his horn. He arrived at his company. He was 1 hour late.
49. Late to class.
He stood in the hall. He looked around him. There were many doors. He did not know which door was the right door to enter. He was lost at school. It was going to be 12. He was going to be late. It was his first day of college. His class was in room 190. He looked at all the doors. They each had a number, but there were no rooms numbered 190. He did not know what to do. He asked a stranger, "Where is room 190?" The stranger did not know. He asked another stranger. She also did not know. No one knew where room 190 was. He checked his notebook, where he wrote down his classroom number. It was not room 190. It was room 140. Room 190 did not exist. He ran to room 140. He was 1 minute late.
50. Class time.
He entered his classroom. He quickly took a seat. He was a minute late. The professor was calling names. It was his first day of college. He was sweating. He had been running around looking for his classroom. It took him some time to find the classroom. "David," the professor called. He raised his hand. He was out of breath. He took out his inhaler. He took a puff from his inhaler. It gave him breath. He took out his notebook and a pen. The professor started talking. He took notes. He always took notes in class. It was a good habit. He studied his notes after class. He was a good student. He wanted only good grades.